Okay, so the WWE decided to redo the Divas search. And also this week they released a video of Natalia Neidhart, or Natalia Hart, working out. Ironically, when you read the comments, all it is boobs, 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 boobs. And it's like, yes, she's a curvy woman. She's also very strong. Also has a tremendous amount of athletic talent. So it seems like while there's trying to be that push towards the women's actually having longer matches, changes some of the move sets. I am glad that they actually had a. Now it appears that we're not seeing the rear view anymore as a finisher. We're instead seeing. It's kind of like a short head scissors DDT. Looks nice. It's a nice move to see Naomi pull off as opposed to. And face flip butt. But they're also bringing back the Divas search. Now, I was thinking, they got some good people from that. So right now I'm looking at the list of this is the 2004 list. Winner, of course, was Christy Hemme. They're like, all right, she did a great job in TNA. She didn't do that well in the E. Lots of lingerie pillow fights. But she did a great job in TNA where she's still employed now at the time of this video. I was like, who else we have? That one had some pretty good names associated with it. Well, Candice Michelle, who later became a Divas champ. Wasn't initially very good, became decent towards the end. Maria, Butch Lesson Canellis. Yeah, she didn't win, but she went on to have a pretty good career using the E with the ditzy character, and now it's just an awesome work in the independent team. Michelle McCool. Remember her? Remember her? She ended up being a really simple Divas champ with Layla. I was like, you know what, that's not bad. You know, you had Christy Hemme went on to do pretty good work with TNA. You had Candice Michelle, who had some pretty decent work in the ring. Maria, really great work in the independent scene. Michelle McCool, a former Divas champ. So, all in all, it's actually not that bad. There were a lot of not quite winners, but I'll say Illinois represented everywhere, which is awesome. Like that really wasn't too bad, you know. Now we'll look at 2005. Do you remember 2005? Remember that? That was the Ashley Mazzaro one. Now they did actually hire Crystal Marshall as well. So they actually hired another person from it, but that year kind of that being kind of sad, you know. For the 2005, that's all of a sudden kind of almost like Tough Enough. Tough Enough, you had your winners who normally went nowhere, but you always had other people who were involved who tend to be pretty decent. 2006, Layla. That was your winner. Ironically, still employed with the E. I know, right? It's like the only person who's won who's still employed with the E. Who went on again to have a pretty substantial career. Who else we have in there? Melena Roca. Man, that name sounds familiar. Gee, I think she's still with the E. And Maris. So that one, you know, you end up having 3 that actually went on to be pretty well. Ruka tries. She tries. She very, very much tries. She really tries. She tries. Layla, ironically, still with the company, but they don't really have her do anything. Even though she's solid enough in the ring to still be used. I think also currently the oldest current Diva on the roster. Maris. Or Maurice. That's Miz's wife. I've often thought if they wanted the Miz to draw freaking nuclear heat, you just see if you could have her come back as like a valet. Just imagine if you hear, awesome! And then Maurice comes up in front, crowd gets popped, and then points to a man. And then her man can just come out just dripping in smugness like, oh, that's my wife. Yeah. You're like, Miz sucks, but my life is awesome. I was like, that'd be so great for his character. He talked about like his dogs and his cats. Talk about your wife, Miz. Bring up your wife, and people be like, oh, I totally forgot about that. Man, I hate Miz even more. And of course, this was around the time when Miz bombed a lot of his lines and had to like read his hand. Bet you never thought that Miz, the guy who was stuttering and stammering, who had to look at his hand to remember, words, would later main event WrestleMania. Would be somebody who wrestled The Rock in a main event match at the Survivor Series. And then married Maurice. Is a former WWE champion. You never would have saw that. Oh, he's also a tough enough loser. See, so while people always like to bash Tough Enough, as well as the Diva Search, they do occasionally find people that work out somewhat pretty well. 2007, Eve. Eve, towards the end of her run, was doing some pretty solid work. I keep on thinking if Eve would have had more time, and also would have had better competitors to go against, she could have been fantastic. Not quite the level of Trish Stratus, where it's a model transition to a wrestler, but could have had a much more substantial career. An actual background, very athletic. Not the best acting chops. Yes, I know. Someone posted a video where she's waiting like outside the empty ambulance, like, and there's that like 3 seconds of, are we live? Oh crap, we're live. Ah! Kane! Yeah, that was just a horrible storyline. So it is interesting because, like, wow, a lot of those people, also, Tiffany, people like that. So it is actually pretty interesting that they've got people who made a decent amount of impact basis the Diva Search. Downside. If they have them do humiliating challenges, it's going to so invalidate everything that was done to give Divas a chance. Would I like to see more fitness models? Yes. I think someone who already has a level of showmanship, especially when it comes to the level of physicality and showmanship, someone who is in shape, that as well as has a great level of confidence being in front of people. That's pretty good, because they need that as a good character and ring work. That takes care of the majority of what it takes to actually be a diva and actually portray yourself successfully across the other side. The only downside, of course, I really do wish that when they're doing this Diva Search, they would go to a place like Shimmer. They would go to a place like Japan. They would go south of the border. Maybe they would even go to Lucha Underground and be like, who do they have for women? You would totally work as a diva. You've got a character. We could, and you know how to wrestle, and you're in shape. You're pretty much done. But if they waste time on this, and it looks bad, the saving grace, of course, would be if you were to have some of the wrestlers potentially attack the Diva Search candidates. You'd be like, you're taking time away from me, an actual wrestler, so you can stand there and look pretty. And it would be a great moment for someone like an AJ or a Paige, or if they brought up Charlotte. Anybody they want to have, who they want to push, because most of these Diva Search things bomb. They bomb with a live crowd. So whoever goes there and pushes against it is going to have a tremendous amount of face value. Speaking of which, the April 2nd episode of SmackDown had the primetime players totally ragging on New Day. Awesome.